Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and today we're looking at the JOMISE K7 dashcam, or traveling data recorder. This is a fairly compact dashboard camera that includes not just the features you come to expect in dashcams selling today, but it also features a few unique ones too. So in the box you get the K7 dashcam itself. You also get a 12 volt dual USB adapter that contains a 1 amp and a 2.1 amp port, user manual, and a sticky adhesive sheet that you attach to your windscreen to allow you to easily take the camera off when you're done with it. And finally, there is a 3.8 meter long micro USB to USB-A cable that plugs into the 12 volt USB adapter to power it. So at the top, you get the mounting plate for the camera itself. The camera body comes pre-mounted to this mounting plate, and it doesn't like it can be removed either. At the top of the mount there is a padded adhesive that you can use to attach the dash cam to your car windscreen. You do not get any additional adhesive pads in the box, so you need to be very careful when you consider where you'll first place the dash cam on your windscreen. It has two USB ports that surround the edge of the mounting plate. There is one micro USB port to power the dash camera itself, and on the side there's one USB input port for the 4G module that is sold separately. It's worth pointing out the USB connection being at the near side at the back edge of the mount. It will not allow you to position the camera at the very top part of the windscreen because the cable is sticking out. So you won't be able to get flush to the top of your windscreen, sadly. So moving down the dash cam, we have its ball joint connection. This ball joint has some range to its movement, but it may not be as much as you might want. This is mainly because of this large flat piece of plastic getting in the way, as well as the limited travel that the ball joint has inside it. It has limited side to side and rotated movement, and the pitch up and down is also restricted by the flat mounting plate that it's attached to. There is, however, enough distance here to basically get the best angle of the road ahead of you, just as long as you mount it correctly whilst knowing the limited movement that you've got here on the ball joint. The camera body itself looks a little different to the more conventional dash cams that are around today. Personally, I prefer a smaller and more discreet dash cam, one that can be barely seen from behind my rearview mirror. But with its height of 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters tall, the K7 dashcam will likely stick out from behind your rearview mirror. You will want it sticking at the bottom because its touchscreen display is located on the back of the camera housing, and you'll want easy access to its on-screen menu and also to be able to view the captured videos on the actual screen itself. At the top of the camera body, you have a micro SD card slot that you need to store the videos and images on, and you don't get an SD card in the box, so I recommend a high-speed branded SD card like the SanDisk 32 gig class 10 card if you plan on capturing at 1080p, or if you are going to record at the maximum resolution of 1600p, you should get something bigger up to its maximum supported 128 gig. This is another SanDisk class 10 SD card. At the back of the camera, there is a 1.5 inch colourful touchscreen display that has a decent wide field of view, which can't be said for some other of the cheaper dash cams that I've reviewed in the past. Its touchscreen is responsive to navigate between its menus and various onboard functions, but its small screen size does make it hard work and a little bit fiddly to navigate around. Underneath the camera we have the reset switch, and this is also where the microphone is located to capture its quite disappointing audio, sadly. And finally, at the front of the camera we have the f1.6 aperture 6 glass lens with a 170 degree field of view. Inside there is a Sony Starvis 1X415 image sensor. This next generation sensor, similar to the one I reviewed in the Xiaomi 70 Mi Pro, offers sharper visuals and greater low light performance. The K7 can capture at a number of resolutions with a maximum true resolution of 2560 by 1600p at 30 frames per second, all the way to 1920 by 1080p at a smooth 60 fps. Once you've located the USB cable around your vehicle dashboard and plugged in both ends of the cable into the 12 volt USB adapter and also into the camera at the back here, the K7 powers up to display its welcome message on the back, followed by a QR code to scan and download the hiDashCam app for your smartphone. Once the app is downloaded and installed on your smartphone, you can then connect to the dashcam's Wi-Fi network, and from here you can set up and configure the various settings and features throughout your smartphone screen. The display at the back of the camera also features a reduced selection of these settings. Swiping left and right will navigate between 4 key functions of the camera's display. The first is a live view of the dash camera, which also shows the status for recording and the internal speaker and microphone. Next is a full screen view of the QR code to download the hiDashCam app. After the initial setup, I find this area a little wasted because you only use this menu option once the app has been downloaded. The following screen is an area to browse looped video captures, saved incident videos and captured photos on the camera's small display screen. And the final screen is the installation guide screen, which displays a horizontal overlay to better align the camera during its installation process. Again, this is a wasted section of the display once you've already done the installation. It's unfortunate you can't remove or replace some of these screens for easy access to the more important or useful options. And I was disappointed that I was unable to edit the camera's brightness and contrast settings, or even be able to rotate the video if I decided to mount the camera on the dashboard instead of the windscreen. By swiping up on the back of the camera's display, you can enter into the camera's more lightweight onboard options, which include formatting the SD card, resetting or rebooting the dash cam, to changing the camera's resolution, speaker volume, language, and to choose what screensaver you want to display on the screen whilst driving or when the camera is idle. Swiping down on the touchscreen display brings in 4 menu options to toggle the Wi-Fi network, microphone, speaker on and off, as well as enabling the built-in GPS tracker. This last feature is a great addition to the dash cam that is usually reserved for more expensive dash cams. Its built-in GPS tracker will save your location alongside your captured video. You can then play back both video and map data in the app, which can be super handy when filing any accident claims with local authorities, or if you're trying to find a specific point in a captured video more easily from a known location on the map. With the camera mounted and test drives taken, I looked back and studied the captured videos from the K7 dash camera. With all the high specs and features of this camera, I was a little surprised with its overall video quality. Comparing it to my current favourite dash cam, the 2019 Xiaomi 70Mi Pro, I found the daylight video footage of the K7 to be a little over sharpened, with a contrast level that just didn't look that natural. Because of both of these post-process treatments made in the video, the overall quality looked worse than my year-old dash camera that features a generation older Sony Image Sensor. I found this very odd, so I looked closer at the compared videos from both cameras and found instances where sharpness and contrast would lower this camera's overall image quality. In some low light areas it would perform better, but the majority of the time I found the 70Mi Pro had better quality overall. You may not see any difference when viewing this content on the camera's tiny screen or the mobile phone app, but on the desktop display the difference can be found in the finer details. What really shines though on the K7 is that it has a fantastic low light and nighttime recording qualities. The next generation Sony sensor on the K7 really outshines the previous generation in both its quality and its detail of nighttime videos. The camera's higher contrast helps produce deeper blacks, but the newer sensor offers a huge improvement with handling finer details and oncoming glare from cars and streetlights. and it has the ability to read nearby number plates much more clearly too. All video footage is captured at your chosen resolution, and they are saved as the newer H.265 encoded .mp4 files. This means that you'll get a high quality capture at a reduced file size, so you'll be able to store more footage on your SD card when compared to other compression formats. Thanks to its built-in GPS module, as you browse your captured recordings in the hiDashCam app, you can view your simultaneously recorded GPS data on the map alongside it, either in the app or in a compatible dashboard app. As you play back your video, you can see your location move alongside the footage in real time. This premium feature is really cool to see when you've not experienced this feature before. Both location, trajectory and speed are recorded and displayed in the app, and your speed is also shown in the recorded video alongside the date and timestamps. Speaking of new features, there are 2 smart features that I've not seen before in other dash cams I've reviewed. The first is a front vehicle startup prompt, which is a smart feature where the camera will always capture the state of the vehicle in front of you. If you're in a traffic jam, at the lights or in a queue, and the vehicle in front of you pulls away without you noticing, the camera will display and tell you through its onboard speaker to keep up with the car. Its second smart feature is called a red light change prompt. This feature behaves exactly as you would expect from its title. When you're near a set of lights, the camera image algorithm will track the status of the lights and warn you that they have changed from red to green.
Traffic light
just in case
green.
You're daydreaming, operating the radio down below, or you're looking away from the lights to notice that they have changed. I was pretty skeptical at both of these smart features behaving as advertised, but in practice they work really well. I would only get the traffic light warning to trigger less often though, and it also got confused by thinking a low sunset was a traffic light. But when it did work, it worked really well. You didn't have to be at the front of the lights either. Its warning would either trigger 1 to 2 seconds of the lights turning green, so this might be a little too sensitive for some drivers like myself. The keep up with the car warning was more consistent, triggering each time a car pulled away, about 1 meter to 4 feet away from you. Both features I would have liked to have been able to change the sensitivity of them, because some smart features would alert me before I could react to them naturally. So this led to inappropriate warnings, and I would have seen me eventually turning these features off if I could not alter their sensitivity. Common features such as built-in Wi-Fi, parking monitor, G-sensor, event saving and loop recording round up what else the K7 dashcam has to offer. The K7 can be purchased for $199.97, which is around £150 from Amazon US. Check out the links in the description below. Sadly, you cannot purchase the camera in the UK, but it does ship internationally from Amazon US, but at the cost of around $18 extra for shipping. And you also might have to factor in the possibility of import tax duty costs also. So if you can swallow the premium price tag and you think you need such smart features in your next dash cam, the K7 dash cam is worth considering. The competition is tough out there for dash cameras with plenty of cheaper options and form factors available, but you do get a lot of tech and features for your money with the K7. With its low f1.6 optical lens, its next generation Sony Image Sensor, which could be better in daylight but it's stunning at night, its wide 170-degree field of view, its built-in GPS sensor, and support for up to 128 gig SD storage. There is a lot in this fairly compact K7 dashcam. That's before you even consider all the smart tech that's in this dashcam too. So with that, I think the higher price tag over its competition is truly justified. Alright, I hope you found this helpful. If it has, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It really helps us out. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.